Hello everyone, my name is Desert Storm, and today I'm going to be getting into an Escape from Tarkov video. In this video and the videos to come, I'm going to do what I find I love the most out of playing Escape from Tarkov. That's taking a clip that I recorded, whether it be an old clip or something new, and conveying to you first my thoughts at that time in that situation, and then objectively looking at the scenario and asking myself, what could I have done differently, what could I have done better, and how was my approach? Because in Tarkov, whether it's win, trade, or head eyes, there's always something to learn. And with that said, let's get into the clip. Let's just set this up here. Let's give you some context. It's in the middle of the night. I'm in customs. I'm walking up the 3-story dorms. My approach to 3-story dorms in this scenario was I came up from behind. As I was coming up, I heard some sort of ruckus inside. I approach from the front and I walk up middle staircase. At this point, at this landing, I know that there's someone for sure on 2-story and then to my left. And then that's where we take it from here. Moving left. So let me just go on what's happening here. So from the landing, I want to just jiggle peek the case. I want to make sure I take a peek at third, just to make sure no one's looking down and just trying to shoot the top of my head. I see that's good, but I want to focus on where my actual threat is, the known threat is. So I come up at the top of this landing. While I know that there's definitely a threat on my left, and you can hear me acknowledge it, because of a little bit of map knowledge that I do have, I know that there is some sort of debris or blockage in the hallway, blocking half the hallway. So the half that's closest to me, I have a little bit of hard cover, freeing me up to do just a small angle on my right. That way I'm not staying too laser beam focused on my left and get shot in the back of the head. I just want to peek it just a smidge. You can see I got a little risky there, coming out way more than I should have, but I just really wanted to get a good look. And you know what? I guess it ended up testing this guy's reflexes, because he took his shots and he didn't hit me. So let's take a step back and let's just see that, and then let's run it forward. Looking up top, moving left, confirm left, quick jiggle peek. Yep. Right there. Did you hear that? Completely changed the scenario. So I jiggle peek, he takes his shot. You know, I got a little brave trying to check right, but it turned out to work out for me because I threw the nade. At this point, when I throw that grenade, I'm looking to get him to move from his position. I know that I have to ricochet the grenade off the wall and get it to push as far back into that area because it opens up to kind of a wide area like an L. I throw the nade and I just listen for any movement. But as I'm listening, I can hear in my right ear, I have metal. And now I can hear that someone is walking up metal steps to my right. While I'm focused on my combatant to my left, I've now put myself in a situation where I'm getting squeezed by 2 players, one on my left, one on my right. I don't want to be the meat in this sandwich. I immediately decide that this isn't going to work out for me. I heard someone on. Immediately hightail it out of there. I want to take note. Just something that I don't know why, but it took me a while to actually figure out. When you're going to run and push, especially if you're sprinting, stop sprinting before you hit that corner. You can see right there, I sprint hard, knowing the last known location of this guy was going to be on metal staircase. Right before I turn and hit the corner, I break off sprint and I want to start looking. I pop the corner and I can see that that door is now open. It was only but, let's say, less than 10 seconds ago that I heard those staircases. I know that on 2-story dorm, or excuse me, on 3-story dorms on 2nd floor, that for him to push forward, he has to jump over an obstruction. So it's likely with this little bit of time, he's either going to be in one or 2 places. The room on the left as you walk in the door and the room on the right. Now, and a lot of people say that this is a 50-50, but I think in this situation, specifically to this building and this approach, is more like a 75-25. As you walk up, you can see and pie a little bit of that room on the right. And unless they're all the way in the back, which usually is unlikely, but it does happen, but it's usually unlikely. Unless they're all the way in the back, I can pie in and just take a peek into the room. At that point, I know that I'm going to full commit on my left. Now, in this scenario, I'm also thinking, as I'm walking into this doorway, this fatal funnel, that I am full silhouetting, and I still have an enemy all the way at the end of the hall. I don't want to walk in and get head eye as soon as I turn the corner. So I just want to jiggle it up a little bit, pie to the right, peek down, and then full commit. Let's see what we got. Yep, and there we go. We come up, we push loud, we know he's waiting for us, he definitely heard us. I pie a little bit to the right, I do as quick as I can, looking straight down the hall, and then I full commit on this guy. This MP7, so short of a barrel, I can just stick it right into his chest, just hold left click. Now you can see it gets the job done here. Someone up top. Making all the noise in the world. Rush. Remember that happened to me? I remember. I remember very specifically it happening to me in the game prior. Right now, all I'm thinking about is listen, listen, listen. I want to heal up. I know that unless that guy moved up, which he most likely didn't because I did not hear him, that he's still down the hall to the left of the stairs. So I'm just listening and see what move he makes. I hear walking. I hear grenades. I definitely don't want to take that. I decide to make the full wrap. I want to sweep all the way around to the other side of the building. Oh, I wish I didn't hit that. And at this point in this situation, I'm thinking, I don't know anything about this area. I'm walking in basically into a whole new environment. I didn't hear anything over here, but with all these trees and all this defecate, there could be anyone in here. So I'm just going to quick peek because I'm still focused on my immediate threat. The idea, the plan, was to come around. If this door was open on second story, I was going to creep up the steps, real chill, walk up behind them, Scarface style, and put a bullet in the back of his head. I immediately turn, I peek the corner, and you can see that the door is closed. In my mind, I'm thinking about it. You see me looking at the staircase. I'm thinking about, could I just slow walk that staircase and just open the door? If I were to do that and slowly walk up there, me opening that door would make enough noise for him to just spin around and completely defeat the purpose of what I was thinking of doing to begin with. So my next thought was, okay, I could still go in quiet. I could run out, go around to the front of the building and come in through the front door and just reset. There's no other way in. I could just reset. Bang, bang. I hear 2 shots. And then it reminded me, you know what? There's other players on this map. If I walk into the front of the building, chances are I could just get shot in the back by someone I'm not even accounting for. I'm just letting myself completely wide open, more so than I already am. So from here, I take the loud option. I go in through the window. I do some healing up. I listen, listen, listen. See if this guy makes any movement. And we reset the situation. Let's see how this plays out. Already, laser's still on. It defeats the purpose of sneaking up here and possibly giving away my position by having my laser on. I should have turned that off in that last engagement, but yet it's still on. In this particular tactical device, it does have the ability where you can keep that bonus hip fire or that bonus spray by turning the IR flashlight on alone and having the beam off. That's something I definitely should have done in this situation. I do recognize it as I'm in the fight, but I just go right at it. At this point, I go for it. There we go. Luckily for me there, again, I'm walking up. At this point, I treat it like it's a completely brand new situation, as if I was here for the first time. Fully reset the fight. I have no idea where this guy is. He could be up on third story. He could be looking down at the staircase. He could be waiting on the next landing up to just shoot me in the back of the head if I come back. He could be anywhere in this building at this point. Luckily for me, he didn't move. And he had his flashlight on. Now, he flashed his flashlight. Clearly he's seen my laser, and then that's where we just both hold. Stop, listen, and we're just waiting to see who's going to make a move first. I can't do that. I don't have the mechanics. All right, and from here, I'm going to walk up, and I'm thinking about same as before. Throw that grenade. Running left to right. So we throw the grenade again. This isn't Call of Duty. When you're throwing nades in this game, you're just thinking about if someone is holding a position, you need to move them from that position. This grenade was solely so he can break that angle. And you can see where this grenade exploded, that chances are it ricocheted off this wall and hit somewhere around here, enough to scare him, to get that audio cue to hear him moving from left to right. So he must have been somewhere in the kitchen or in this general vicinity. Now, it sounds to me as if, given that this breaks off into an L, that he ran all the way down the hallway. And in my mind, I'm thinking, 1, check doors. And 2, he's probably holding another tight angle, because that seems to be what he's trying to do, at the other end of the hall, peeking around the corner. I walk up, and in my mind, I'm just checking doors. What doors are open? Everything I'm looking is to my right. If he had the buddy, I'd be completely screwed, because I am fully focused on checking my right. Door left, closed. Door open, door closed. I'm thinking right now, because of the audio cues I heard earlier, and I see nothing happening right here, no silhouetting, no shadowing, that he is right behind this wall, holding an angle. Let's see how this plays out. Lo and behold. Lo and behold. So, that was a matter of, I did everything I feel as if pretty good. Definitely could have done things better in the end. But right at the last moment, I felt like I rushed it a little too hard. I threw that nade after jiggle peeking, which means I'm stuck in an animation. I hear him pushing my nade, and rather than taking a step back and let him push the corner, because I can hear his footsteps and I can hear him running, I choose then to run forward and get just as aggressive as he's getting. As you can see in that moment, that locked me completely into a run animation. He got his gun up first, head eyes, and I'm down. So looking back at that, there's definitely some things I could have did differently. I definitely think that I made some good calls here. I made some right moves. I didn't want to put myself in a position to be squeezed. I recognized a new threat coming into the fight and immediately jumped back and tried to take care of that threat. I got too wishy-washy on what I wanted to do and how I wanted to approach this guy with a secondary approach, and ultimately just reset the fight to exactly where we were. I feel like if next time, if I would have been a little bit more quick with making that decision and either just going loud and fast and going up the stairs, or throwing nades through the second story window down that L hallway, just to keep him guessing, just to keep his head turning. Especially if I wanted to reset the fight and come back up the stairs, that would have been a great option for me, just to throw a nade in the window to get him to, again, to turn around, for him to think that the threat is not in the direction he thinks it is, and come from that direction. So with that said, I would love to know what you thought. I mean, put some comments below. Objectively, what did I do wrong there? What could I have done better? What could I have learned? There's a lot to learn in this game, and every time you die and every time you win, there's always something you can take from it. The way I say it is, whether it's win, draw, or head eyes, you can take something away to get yourself better at playing Escape from Tarkov. Thank you for watching. If you want to come and hang out with me, you can find me at twitch.tv/DeatherStorm. I'll be on live, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you want to see what I don't have to say, you can catch me at Twitter, @DeatherStorm. Or if you want to see pictures I haven't posted, you can find me on Instagram, @DeatherStorm. You guys take care, you be safe, and have a good day. All right, we did it. It was good. That's pretty solid. It took a minute. We got there with a lot of takes, but I think that's pretty good. I think that was a good one. I think we got everything I needed there. I don't think I missed out on anything. I mean, I know people say like and subscribe, but I mean, if they like it, they'll subscribe it. And if they subscribe it, chances are they'll like it anyway. I think that's pretty much everything covered. Good first video in the can. All right. What am I forgetting?
Did you do the end card?
Goddamn end card.